Hey friends, here are some thoughts on how to effectively work in study groups while we prepare for the GOEs. I see two main places where study groups are really effective. One being collating a list of resources that you will use for each exam. Because these exams are open book, the resources that we have at hand are really important. And you don't want to have to go scrambling for resources in the middle of writing your essay. And so in terms of thinking about resources, you don't want to have too few and you also don't want to have too many, because obviously if you have too few, then you're going to go scrambling for them. If you have too many, then you probably will feel overwhelmed and you won't necessarily know the best place to start looking for quotes or information to help you with writing your essay. And so you really want to find the happy medium of maybe, I'm guessing, like 10 to 12 resources. Not that you'll use all of them in the exam, but you'll have all of them at your fingertips to use if you need them. And where a study group comes in handy is you guys can share ideas for resources and talk about what you think is valuable in a resource. So that way you will know, like, these are going to be my resources. This is what I can find in this book. This is what I can find in this book. So-and-so in my study group said that this is a really great book. And you can kind of use each other to discuss and hone down, this is the group of resources that are going to be really useful for my Bible exam or my theology exam. So collating a list of resources is number one. Number two, study groups are really great for practicing old GOE questions, because you can put the question on in front of you and then just start discussing and figure out, this is the way that I would tackle this. You can hear other people's ideas. You can come up with an outline as a group, or you can come up with a couple different ways of tackling it. And it can be really useful in discussing a question to hear what other people have to say, because you might look at a question and just be totally stumped by it, and then someone else in the group will be like, oh, well, what about this? And then all of a sudden that kind of unlocks what the question means. And the more that you do that, then the more that you're going to feel confident when it's just you sitting in a room looking at the computer and needing to do all of that on your own. So as you guys start meeting with your study groups, again, remember, it's up to you how many times your study group wants to meet, whether you want to meet once for each subject area or you want to meet once a week. However you want to handle it, that's up to your group. But those would be two of the ways that I would start working together.